Thanks for joining us for D18 Tonight. The primary election is in the books. The certification process has been completed. Joining us now, Maria Pangilinan, the executive director, and her team. Maria, tell us who we got here and their roles.
Okay, so to my immediate right is Tom St. Augustine, and he's one of our most senior employees there. He takes care of absentee ballots. And to his right is Liz Santos, who takes care of everything we don't take care of.
Everything
and that's
else.
A lot, yes. She's one of our newer employees, but she's she's risen to the task of doing what it takes to have fair and honest elections.
Yeah, and we want to remind our viewers out there for D18 Tonight, of course, even though we don't have candidates on tonight, the Guam Election Commission plays a very important role when it comes to this process leading up to the general. So get those questions into our Facebook comment section so we can get to them. But first off, primary now in the books, the certification is done. What's next that our voters and the candidates need to know?
So we have the sample ballots up on our website. And that helps a lot of candidates and a lot of voters. They can take a look at it, what it looks like, and start studying it. And then come this week, next week, all the way up until October 26th, we still have voter registration going on. And that's important. We want to get higher voter rolls, and most important, we want to get very high voter participation on Tuesday, November 6th.
Yeah, because we definitely noticed a higher turnout with the amount of candidates we had on the Democratic gubernatorial ticket this time around. So how did that go for your team, and what are you guys doing to prepare for the general?
Well, we just completed National Voter Registration Day. We did it yesterday and today. And Tom went to Anderson today because to take care of our soldiers being deployed. So he takes care of absentee ballots. And you can talk about what you did at Anderson.
Well, today at Anderson, we went met some of the airmen that were being deployed. A few of them will be leaving this weekend and, of course, the coming weeks throughout the election. So what we're doing is preparing their absentees and, make sure they have their applications are filled out correctly, and then so that we can transmit their ballot to them as soon as possible.
Right,
Yeah.
and with the absentee ballots, it's more than just those service members out there. What does the process take when it comes to those who had previously or recently moved off the island but want to take part in the election process?
Well, they can go into our website. The application can be found there at gec.guam.gov. They can download it, fill it out. They can transmit it to us via email, airmail, or they could fax it in. And if we find out that if they are registered, we'll go ahead and process it and transmit their ballot as soon as possible. September 21st, we've mailed out about roughly around 200 ballots, and emailed about another 200 as well. So we have a good participation.
Is there still time?
There is still time, yeah.
All right. Liz, tell us a little about what you and the rest of the team has been doing since certification.
Well, a lot of the focus this week was National Voter Registration Day. We went out to all the public high schools. We were at EOG and GCC. We had volunteer voter registrars help us out getting all eligible individuals registered to vote. Today we were at Notre Dame High School. Well, I was at Notre Dame High School. I got to speak to seniors about the importance of participating in the election process. And yesterday I was at FD. So it's all about voter outreach right now, making sure that everyone knows all the information they need to know about the election so they can participate on November 6th.
We definitely want to get those first-time voters involved, I'm sure, and everyone else that wants to be a part of the process. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, get back to the questions. We definitely want to dive into what the election ballot, what the ballot looks like coming up this November. So we'll talk more about that after the break. Keep it here. D18 Tonight continues in a moment.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Welcome back to D18 Tonight. We have the Guam Election Commission in the hot seat. Not too bad so far, guys, right?
Right, not too bad.
And again, we're taking your questions and comments on our Facebook live stream. So, Liz, we want to, like I was saying before the break, we want to dive into the ballot for this November and how you guys came up with what we'll be taking a look at when we head to the polls. Tell us about that.
So on the ballot, we have the partisan side, which will have the governor, the non-voting delegate, and the legislative race. We can put that up. We have adequate space for the write-ins.
Yeah.
We also made sure that all the instructions are there for each race so that people don't overvote, just so that everyone's vote counts. Then on the nonpartisan side, we have the Attorney General race, the Guam Education Board, the Consolidated Commission on Utilities, and 2 judicial retention questions.
Yep.
And the sample ballot is on our website, gec.guam.gov, so everyone can go and see what it looks like to prepare for November 6th.
Take a look at the pink ballot right there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and so for you and your team, when you place this all together, obviously this follows when the candidates go in and they pull their numbers for the placement.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that voters should know for this time around? I know we were talking a lot before the primaries about not crossing over, but this is different.
So for the general, to make sure not to vote for more than there are seats in each race,
Okay.
Vote for no more than 1 gubernatorial team, for no more than 1 delegate to Congress, for no more than 15 senators, to make sure they're filling in the entire oval so that everything is tabulated properly, no more than 1 attorney general, for the candidates of their choice for the education board, no more than 3 CCU members, and then just 1 oval for each judicial retention question.
Very important information coming from Liz, especially if you want your vote to be counted
Yes.
this election season. But with a lot of the talk about, I'm sorry, Maria, no, you do want to talk about a lot of the discussion and the signage going up about write-ins and potential write-ins this election process. I'm sure it can be quite challenging for the commission to keep up.
So write-in candidates do not have to report to the Guam Election Commission before or during the campaign. In the past, in 2016, when we had the mayoral races, there were a few write-ins, and some of them reported to us beforehand, some of us didn't. But you know, what we want to tell the voters is if you're going to write in, please make sure you fill in the oval. The write-in votes will not count if the oval is not filled out.
Okay. And Tom, was there, what else do people need to know, just through your experience here when it comes to hitting the polls?
Well, of course, one, we want to make sure that please voters bring your IDs. We are doing a 100% ID check. And also, if any of our voters who have not yet updated their names or have changed their names to their current, please do so. That will, make the transaction much smoother at the polling place. Because, you know, they would have to call, we'll have to verify, and things will just go a lot smoother if their names were updated with us.
Yeah, the candidates really keeping you guys on your toes and busy since the primaries, the recount, the requests after request after request, and so there's a lot of meeting and discussion that's been going on. How do you guys feel now?
Well, we have a meeting tomorrow night.
Right.
And so if if candidates or voters want to come to our meeting, it's 5:30 tomorrow at GCIC on the 3rd floor. And so we will start to talk about the general election. We will start to talk about in-office voting. We will start to report on how many absentee ballots were sent out. And by the way, Tom reported to me that we received absentee ballots already that had been sent out since last week Friday.
Wow, so the process is definitely moving forward here.
Yes. Yeah. And for us, what's going to take up a lot of time is training of the 335 precinct officials.
Yeah.
All of us get involved with that in terms of making sure that we have 335 precinct officials across 67 precincts in the 22 polling sites in the 19 villages.
Yeah, those precinct officials definitely playing an important role. We'll talk a little bit more about that moving forward, and we'll get to that and ask you a little bit more about that after the break. Keep it here. D18 Tonight continues after the break.
Win adventure in the iTini Explore Your World Million Mile Giveaway. Every week from July 16 to November 2nd, we're giving away 60,000 United Mileage Plus miles to iTini postpaid and prepaid subscribers. Imagine where you could go. Go on a weekend getaway to the Philippines. Enjoy fresh sushi in Japan. Itadakimasu. Sip a latte at a cafe in Paris. Or use your miles for shopping and other rewards. It's your world. Explore it.
Where will your sip take you?
You're gonna need more than an oil change. Okay.
Try our new slushies at McDonald's. Tropic Twist, Blue Raspberry, and Cherry Limeade. Perfect for summer, for a limited time.
It's just amazing to see the marathon grow year after year. This is the 6th year, and it keeps getting bigger and better. And this race really encompasses everything that Guam's about. It's really bringing together visitors and our local people for a world-class event, and it's the best thing that we do every year.
Welcome back to D18 Tonight. We have the Guam Election Commission in studio this evening. Of course, all that we need to know about this year's election and a lot of ways that people can make sure that their vote is counted. Real quick before we move on to the other discussion, though, I did want to go back to just all the controversy that's been brought out about the write-ins. I know that one issue was whether or not, or when someone does have a write-in candidate that they want to put onto the ballot, does spelling matter?
It has to adequately identify the candidate. And so that would be up to the commission. There is a letter that will be before the board tomorrow requesting that the commission accept so many different variations of the names. So that letter will be discussed tomorrow.
Okay, and of course, like you guys said, fill it in after you write in those names. All right, in-office voting was another thing that you want to bring up. Tom, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so beginning October 8, for those individuals who are unable to go to the polls on Election Day, November 6, we will be doing in-office voting from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding weekends though. It's available for our voters who will not be on island, or should they have a disability that will actually prevent them from going to the polls, they can actually come down to our office and cast their vote there.
Right. Earlier, before the break, we also mentioned about the importance of these precinct officials that we're going to be having out there. I know there was some concern from some of them about the payments that they had yet to receive, but that's all been taken care of, squared away. Tell us, was that a challenge for you guys?
Well, they got paid almost exactly a month after the election. Checks were issued starting 2 days ago, I believe. And so all the checks were written out, and those that haven't picked up can pick up their checks in our office between 8 and 5 anytime starting tomorrow again.
Okay. And for others that want to be precinct officials this time around?
Please come to our office or write to us, and we will send you an application form. It may be a little bit more challenging for the Guam Election Commission because as of, Tuesday, November 6th is not a holiday. So we won't have that many returnees from the primary election that was on a Saturday. So just write to vote@gec.guam.gov. We can send you an application form, fill it out, send it to us with a copy of your ID, or come to our office, visit our office, or call us at 477-9791.
Yeah, what's it like for you guys when you're out there on election day and you're working with these precinct officials? Because you guys do this year round. They're only there when you need them. So how's that out there?
It's good. I mean, it can be challenging.
That's why the training.
But but it's, I don't know, it's fun. And I think we all like the way what we do on election day. So yeah.
During the trainings, we find out which ones are new. So we try not to. Each precinct is staffed with 5 precinct officials. So we try as much as we can to put seasoned precinct officials in every single one of them. And if we can't, because sometimes, like this last for the primary election, we probably scheduled 4 additional trainings because we had to bring in other people for people that have dropped out. So if we know that there are very new and they express to us that they're very new, the staff go out early in the morning and throughout the day to assist them.
Okay. I kind of want to pick you guys' brains real quick about your thoughts of this election cycle. I mean, a lot of people see it as, they either say there's been a lot of dirty politics happening here and there, and I know you guys just follow the rules and the procedures that are in place, but as voters yourselves, as people of the island of Guam, how do you see all this played out?
Wow. Well, I think we're a little bit occupied. So we don't really pay attention to the stuff
But I think our office has a real good perspective because we interact with the candidates. They come in, we see them, we talk with them, we learn a little bit more about them, I think, and we can go out and decide who to vote for. And we do vote, by the way.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And was there something else that you said you wanted to touch on?
A polling site.
Right.
So besides Tom, who's been with the Guam Election Commission for 14 years, we have Joey Zecki, who's also been with us 6 months longer than Tom. He's in charge of logistics, and that's, if you really think about it, you're setting up 22 huge parties in 22 different polling sites. And imagine doing that with only a group of 6 at least, at the most, going out and setting up the voting booths, setting the demarcation line of where you can where you can campaign and where you can't, and making sure that all that is in place. That's a task in and of itself.
Sounds like, and at least you have those out there campaigning. Getting the barbecue grills going for you guys to eat if you need to, huh?
Yeah, Nick, and I must give a huge shout out to the ROTC folks from both Teason High School and JFK. They made the elections go much smoother in Tamuning and Barragata.
I saw they had their students out there helping and supporting. I was interested to hear from them what it was like for them to be a part of it, but how let kids be kids, and they're just there.
So we're hoping to get a few more schools with ROTC folks or students come in and help us at the other polling places.
Okay. Yep, that's what we're here for, to help get more people to participate, not just in the election process, but on election day. So we'll talk a little bit more about what others need to know to get involved after the break. Keep it here.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist. Over 20 years of experience.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Love makes you do crazy things. Like sneaking the triple-double crunch wrap into the theater with double the layers you love. Along with 2 crunchy tacos and a medium soda. Careful, that double crunch may land you in movie jail. The triple-double crunch wrap box from Taco Bell.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us with D18 Tonight. We're going to kick it over to Liz first thing, because some things that people need to know about whether they're registered or not.
So if people have any questions about the status of their registration, they can call 477-9791, and we'll be able to tell them if they're registered. If they're not registered, they can let us know if their name changed and what they need to do to update that. The only thing they cannot do between the primary and the general is transfer districts. So if they want to update their name, if they want to update their address, anything with us, they have until October 26th. They can do it at our office, at the mayor's offices. We have volunteer voter registrars in the community that can help them. They just need a photo ID and fill out the affidavit of registration, and they'll be good to go for November 6th.
Yeah, give us an idea if they were to call in and say, for instance, if I missed voting in 2016, but I want to participate in 2018, does that mean I need to fill it all out again?
So we only cancel registration if you miss 2 consecutive general elections. So if you only missed 2016, then you should still be on the voter rolls. But you can just call us. You'll give us your name and date of birth. We'll make sure that you're on it and that all your information is good to go, so you don't run into any issues on election day.
Okay. They have all the information about you, the voters. Okay. And what else do they need to have handy, at least for the voters?
If somehow they found a mistake when they came to vote in the primary election, that it's really important that you call us so that your voting experience goes very smoothly for the general. We've had some instances where they were in the wrong precinct. If we can confirm which precinct they're really registered in and confirm with the voter that that's where he or she needs to go.
Yeah, fortunately, a lot of things has become digitized and electronic when it comes to putting out the results, and also for us when it comes to telling everyone where each polling site will be. That's not changing this November?
None.
Okay.
None of the polling sites are changing. There's 2 in Jigo, FBLG, and DL Paris. There's 3 in Dedido, Okudu, Beneventi, and Liguan Elementary. And then there's 1 in every other village, JFK in Tumuning. And the smallest village of all, or the smallest voter population is Hagatnya.
Yeah.
And they're still voting at the Guam Congress building.
Okay. Right. Tom. It's like I'm just picking who's next, who's going to speak up. I mean, you're the face that a lot of those voters, even the candidates, see when they first walk into the election commission. So what's some of the other training that or upcoming trainings or meetings that they need to be aware of?
Well, I don't think we have anything really coming up. I mean, they do have to file their election campaigns report 10 days prior to the election, but of course we will inform them weeks ahead. I believe the FDS extension. Yes.
Those who have applied, public officials, candidates should have already filed their personal financial disclosure statements. But those public officials, those elected officials that are in office now, public officials, directors of agencies, their financial disclosure statement is due October 19th.
Okay, so remember those deadlines. Of course, fortunately for the team here at the Guam Election Commission, they'll be keeping you in the know about that, as well as us here at KUAM. So the big question a lot of people want to know is, how long do you think the count will take in November? Because we were there all night. I left when the sun came up.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping last precinct clears at 11 p.m. and we push out last results before 1 a.m.
Okay.
That's my hope.
I think that's what we were hoping for back in last month.
We couldn't do that.
3 ballots is a lot. So to have all the precinct officials count all the signatures in their signature rosters plus 3 ballots and make sure all those 3 ballot sheets plus make sure all those numbers match, it's going to take a long time. And then for all those ballots to run through our tabulators, that's going to take a long time. We didn't anticipate leaving UOG at like 8 a.m. but I think we're all just gung-ho about the election, and so our adrenaline just kept us going until we got back to the office.
Okay, hopefully we don't have to go too far into Wednesday. Last thing is right after we're going to certify, or?
Well, we wait 10 days.
Yes, so it'll be November 21st is the last day to accept absentee ballots. We will check the post office. By 5 o'clock, we should receive the last absentee ballot. At 5:30, we will begin, or tentatively, the schedule is to begin counting absentee and provisional ballots.
Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us for this edition of D18 Tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Again, you can give them a call, go to their website, go to our website, KUAM.com, for the latest on all election. Keep it here on our Facebook live stream for the after party. Good night.
Furniture provided by Furniture Kathy Style. Men's wardrobe by Royal Bix.